This one's starting a little bit late because everybody else has had one going earlier. Surprising how many comes in, don't say anything, and then leaves. Hey, IJ. Hey, Sammy. Now, before it showed there was somebody here, but nobody was talking. Now, you both came in, and it shows there's nobody here. How long have I been on? Just a minute. I was going to start at 8 o'clock or whatever, and I didn't get done with supper until after 8:30. And then a couple others went live, so. Okay, thanks, Sammy. A couple others went live, so I just watched part of theirs and didn't get started here. Now it's late, so this will be a short one. Plus, I had to keep going in once in a while and checking my fire. I forgot about it earlier, and I was sitting here watching TV and eating, and about went out on me. I went ahead and lit a fire tonight. Just use that instead of having the heat in the house run. I could have done that the last couple of nights, but didn't do it. I didn't even have much wood brought in till this afternoon. I brought it in just before dark, then it started to rain while I was doing it. I've got a bunch of wood sitting out there that I need to get finished getting it cut up and split so I can bring it in and use it. I'm still the same as always, IJ. Normally, I don't have to take care of the neighbor's dogs on Sunday. Let's see, today's Saturday. Today's Sunday. Yeah, normally I don't have to take care of him on Sunday, but he left last night about 1:30 in the morning because he was in Wednesday this week because of the holiday. No, I won't hear no more about that. Um, hey, Monroe, because I think I explained to you what I was doing on that. But with him doing it that way, I don't hear no more. You know, it's kind of like you do with a kid when you put him out for adoption. You don't hear no more afterwards. I'd kind of like, don't care so much where they go because they'll take care of that and, do good, take care of it the right way. But I was curious, what he found out during the surgery, what the problem was, whether it was, just she did swallow something that she shouldn't have or had other internal problems just, that developed on her own. Or if she even survived it. You get any snow up there yet, IJ? Okay, Sammy. I never did get you an email about your drain for your sink. Maybe I'll try to do it tomorrow because late tonight. Pardon you what? No, I asked if you got any snow up your way yet. I just saw another YouTube video tonight up in crap. Now I don't remember what county it was, but in New York, they had another YouTube video out and they were showing the snow and the snow plows out and whatnot. Usually Chicago's the area that, you know, gets a lot of snow. And up in where the lake house is there in Michigan, you should be getting stuff coming off the lake. The one I just watched in New York, it was one county up there that's somewhere near Lake Ontario because the title of the video was Lake Effect Snow. You won't be what, the lake house, you mean? So that's one of the things I hate about YouTube that I prefer over with Skype. If you make a mistake, you can go back in Skype and correct it. Here, all you can do is delete it and start over. Yeah. Well, see, I thought she was gone before, but then the other day you was back up there raking leaves again, so I can't keep track of you. Seems like it's quite a ways to keep driving back and forth. Now, what is Viber? I've never seen that. Oh, okay. I was playing around on my Mac there yesterday a little bit. I can get into YouTube with it, but I can't get into Skype. And it recommends downloading Microsoft Edge. Right now I've got Google Chrome and Safari in it. But it says, download Microsoft Edge, and I can use Skype over there. I may play with that and see if I can do it. I like that one better for Skype somewhat than this. Well, I don't know. It would be better for the YouTube than on this one, because every time I move here, it, moves the laptop, moves the camera, and plus it makes noise if I happen to bump it or whatever, where that's a desktop, so I wouldn't be doing all of that. This is just more comfortable to sit. That's also a bigger monitor too. This is a 17-inch and that's a 21-inch. I was doing some online snooping the other day. I found a keyboard for this thing. I got a hold of it. I just Googled it to see what I could find. Hi, Tinkerbell. No, it's not a Lazy Boy, but it's just a recliner. Lazy Boy's a brand name. But the keyboard for this computer, I think, was around $60 if I order it. Then I have to put it in myself. My mouse pad thingy there, it sticks once in a while. I press it, left key, and it'll stick. And I have to keep, tapping at it finally to get the release again. In the meantime, every time I move it, I'm moving stuff all over the thing, and I'm highlighting everything or deleting stuff or whatever. That part wasn't too much, but again, it's if I order, I have to put it in. I took and checked another place, and they have it. And I don't know whether it's part of Dell or what it is. Well, good, Tinkerbell. Get one and bring it here and put it in for me. Because my keyboard, the ZXCV, the M, the comma, and the period don't work. The J and the Y, once in a while, I have to hit them 2 or 3 times for it to work. If I'm not paying attention, when I'm typing, I'll hit it and don't realize it doesn't type and just keep on going. And I look back and I'm missing the word, the letter. And like I said, and my mouse, it sticks sometimes. Yeah, but a lot of times the stuff you order online is a lot of times you can get cheaper than you can any store. But the other thing I said, that's with me putting it in. I don't know if I can do it or not. I've never taken one apart and put stuff together in these. I've taken computers apart to scrap them, because then I'm just taking the green board and all that stuff out, that I want to sell for scrap. Yeah, I keep forgetting about it every time I start this. I was going to use StreamYard. That way Tinkerbell will come up here and just sing, and I can just tip my chair back and go to sleep, and an hour later I'll say thank you, everybody, and end it. But what I was saying there, when I was playing around with that, I found another company. They're in Texas, which is where Dell is at. And it says that they do Dell repairs, because I was asking about this computer in particular. And so they have all the parts in stock, because they do, all of that stuff. And I could send it to them. They will send me a computer box to mail it with. And they got different programs. Either I can pay, to have it sent, or I can pay them the shipping fee, and they'll send me a box to ship it to them, for that expense. When it's done, they would ship it back to me again. But they would get it, check it over, and determine what it needs, then contact me and tell me what it needs and what it's going to cost to see what I want to do. Because presently, I showed Tinkerbell about this a while back. On both sides of the base of the computer, I've got cracks in it about that long, and they start on the outside edge where the USB plugs are at. And I think it's where I picked it up, back too far toward me on the bottom of it, and it's right at those USB jacks, and it's putting too much weight on it with the weight of the monitor up here, and then caused the case to crack. When I just got my new router here recently, one of the things they were wanting me to do was play with it, plugging in the Ethernet cable, stuff like that. I got it plugged in. I had trouble getting it back out because it's right where one of the cracks is. I guess cracks at the Ethernet, not the USB, but same thing. Seems good now, because before, the problem I had, a lot of times when I'd be using it, either it happened one night during a live, but it's happened during other lives when I've been talking to other people in theirs, or just sitting here watching, YouTube or whatever. All of a sudden it'll go to Arena. It'll go to limited use. I have the stuff that I've got on the screen I could do stuff with, but I couldn't change anything, add anything, or go to another page, or open an email or stuff like that. And this one here now is, I've got the new router. I've got 4 times the speed that I had. I don't have 4 times the speed using it, wireless. But if I hook it up, direct with the Ethernet cable, it gives me the 4 times the download speed. And it's less money, believe it or not. Yeah, well, that happens all the time because they keep raising the price on stuff everywhere you go, and you don't, notice it because it goes up 2 cents here. Next time it goes up a nickel here, and then next time it's a dime here and stuff like that. It just keeps gradually getting higher and higher. Then when you call and talk to them about, oh, we got a special going on, you can get it for such and such. It's way less than what you're already paying. It's just, if you don't call and complain about something, they just keep raising it. It's just like I got notice here a while back on my business checking account that after November 15th, that's already gone by, that they're supposed to start charging me a monthly service charge on my account if I don't have, a certain balance in it or certain other things going on or whatever. And it says it's going to change the service charge from what it used to be. I've never had a service charge since I've had it. So I went in and talked to cable used to be 87, now it's over 100. These up here, Rena, those are my mom's. This was my mom and dad's house. And Mom had these at each one of the windows here in this room, and I never took them down. They're plastic. But anyways, I went in and talked to the bank manager about the checking, and he looked it up. And he says, well, I don't know. He says, you must have had something special here. He says, well, we'll just wait till November and see what happens. And if it comes up that they charge it for you, come in and let me know, and I'll take it off. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here I didn't change, Rena, when I moved over here after Mom and Dad passed away. I mean, they passed in 2013. I didn't even move over here to 2016. But a lot of the stuff that they had here, whatever like that, I've more or less left it the same way they did. I don't know, just I'm not one to change stuff. Hey, Giggly, I haven't seen you in a long time. I went to your live the other night, but you kept freezing up, so I couldn't even talk to you. But there's a few things different. Like this chair I'm sitting in. I brought this chair back from their house in New York. Um, there's a few other things here that I brought back from New York with me. I got a lot of stuff in the garage because I got a lot of Dad's tools, stuff like that. I brought them back, but other than that, basically everything's still the same. Hey, Josh. Yeah, I tried to go to your live the other night, Giggly Girl, but um, your internet was so bad that night that I just couldn't get to you. IJ, you keep deleting your comments before I get a chance to read them. Hey, JB. Well, I always used to go and enjoy going to your lives and stuff, when you was in the Middle East. But since you've got home, your internet has gone so bad that it just makes it hard sometimes to get with you. Hey, Raquel. So a lot of times when you get a live started or whatever like that, you're in and out so much that we can't hardly talk. I didn't even see that. Okay, Giggly, it was good to see you again. So what are you doing this morning, JB? I'm assuming the kids are in school. Let's see, 11:30 in the morning. Or are you on the way to get them already? Yeah, she said she was waiting for hers to start. I tried to go to hers the other night, but her internet was so bad that she couldn't stay going. I never did get a chance to even talk to her. Hey, Samara, you still standing in line? Or did you come on here to let us know that you're all done crying? Yeah. I think you're going to be there quite a while by the looks of that line. That's why I say it's so much simpler if you want to go get one. I mean, because you can walk into Walmart here and just walk up to the pharmacy and say, I'd like to get, the vaccine. They say, okay, have a seat over there. And one of the girls will come out and give it to you. There's no waiting in line or anything. And I think some of the other chain stores do the same thing with it, that have a pharmacy in them. Well, you don't have too much population, Samira. You got too much in a small area, yes, but your population there is way less than here. Josh, Shamira's standing in line waiting to get the vaccine. And where she was at, there was two lines of people looking forward or backwards as far as you could see. And they weren't moving too fast. She did a live stream a while ago for an hour and hadn't moved very far. I told her she could do a live stream again tomorrow and let us know how far the line moved. Hey, Walks. How you doing this evening? Well, I guess it's morning for you. Raquel, I'm always relaxed. Hey, Ivy. Yes, you're here. You need my signature for what? Oh, for Gord's diploma thing for you? IJ, I saw Ivy earlier tonight. She looks like she's pregnant. I wonder if her husband knows yet. I don't think she's told him. Her live tonight, there was titled something about walking, but I never saw her leave the front door. Yeah, this is my Santa suit. Yeah, you've only got a little bit over a month till you have the twins. Or just about a month. You're not 100% yet on the due date. First, she was saying the end of December. Now she's saying 1st of January. And it's more or less whenever the kid decides it's time. Ivy, you told me what you're naming the boy. What are you naming the girl? You notice she got quiet on that one. When do you have a premiere? His thumps. You know I always give you 17 thumbs down, so you know I was there. Well, you already said the boy's going to have the name of David. Yeah, the boy, IJ, the boy's going to be Christopher David. And she even got people wondering tonight. Hey, Deborah. I've even got people wondering tonight during her live because when I came in, she says, "Oh, she says, Bean, you're the father of the baby. What song do you want me to sing?" My keys are messing up, Josh, for me to, copy and paste. Go ahead and post your own link right now. If you can put it in, Josh, it'll go ahead and post that way. Deborah, I'm the same as always. I don't change much. There you go. Yeah, if Ivy's baby comes out with white skin, everybody else will believe she was telling the truth tonight. Yeah. Yeah, she's been kind of a problem ever since she got here, Josh. I saw the title of that earlier, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. Would you have to do a repair on one? When Mom bought the clothes dryer in New York, they put in a gas dryer LP. But when you go to Lowe's or any place like that and buy one, they're always set up for natural gas. So you have to change the orifice in them, switching it from natural gas to LP. Well, they don't do it at the store. Hey, Ruby, how are you tonight? They don't do it at the store. You have to order the part and then either do it yourself or Mom ended up paying somebody to come and do it. But she took pictures of the guy while he was doing it. And then when she bought one here for this house, same situation. She ordered the part, then got the pictures out on the computer for me to look at so I could change it for her. Ruby, I'm live all the time. You just never come over. You're too busy doing TikTok. When are you going to start doing barbecue again? You haven't got your outside barbecue going in a long time. Yeah, it's my twin. Just like Ruby's having, or Ivy's having twins. Well, that would give you some more money that way, wouldn't it, Ruby? I mean, aren't people out where they would come and get stuff? Ruby, your twin is still the same. She's never around to do anything for me. I had to do laundry today. I had to fix my own supper tonight. Samara's still standing in line. Ruby, what are you guys going to do on your car? Are you going to try to fix that one or get another one? I haven't heard you say anything about it in a long time. Well, you already sold it. Okay. I guess you're not going to fix it then. Hey, Maureen. You had to pay him that much, huh? Wow. Samira, come stop by. I can give you a shot. I've got needles and stuff here. It's the ones I use for giving my animals shots. I buy the syringes in a box of 100 at a time. Well, Josh, I used to raise emus, and I had to give them shots for worms, for encephalitis, and I don't remember what the other one was. I used to give my cats and my dogs the rabies shots for worms. So I used to buy the vaccines, in the glass bottles like you see the doctors on TV use when they stick the needle up in it, tip it upside down. I bought them the same way. Instead of buying individual syringes, which get expensive that way, I buy them by a box of 100, so I get them a lot cheaper. Thank you, Ruby. You said you fixed chicken. You fix enough for everybody. You're getting ready to eat. That must mean that Mig's up. He usually sleeps in late. I wish your twin would fix that. Why'd you get yelled at, IJ? maybe, maybe it's because he sleeps too much. Yeah, and IJ, the needle you use for insulin shots is a lot smaller than the one I use for my animals. Yours is a real short and fine wire needle. I used a 22 gauge needle for the animals. It's a lot bigger diameter. And it was, I don't remember, inch and a half long. I know a lot of people do it in their stomach that do it themselves, but being you were doing it, why didn't you do it in their shoulder? Josh, were they Jack Daniels or what? Okay. Well, I figured that's what you meant when you said that, but I, most everybody else was, we was talking about medication and stuff. I figured they took it the other way. Yeah, when I was in the hospital there for my surgery for my kidney, they came in with one. I don't remember what one it was now, whether it was pain medication or what. And they first started off giving it to me in my shoulder, which I preferred. And when they did that, it didn't bother me. But then one of the nurses started saying, well, they didn't want the hospital didn't want them poking too many holes in me, so they started just putting it into the IV tube that I already had, in my hand. And when they did that, I guess it went into my system a lot quicker than what it did in my shoulder. And boy, is all of a sudden I'd get such a pounding headache. Only lasted for 30 seconds. But that when that medicine hit me, and boy, it just went right straight to my head. But that was when they did it with with the IV. If they just did a shot in the shoulder, it didn't bother me. So I guess it just took longer for it to get into my system that way. But no, they never did that. It was always either in my shoulder or in the IV, which toward the end they were always in the IV. I only had that for, I was in the hospital 7 days, and I only had the IV there for a couple of them. I don't remember how many. And then I got away from the pain shots after a while too, and went just to taking Tylenol, or well, Motrin for a while, and then Tylenol. I just don't like taking any kind of medications. So as soon as I was able to get away from having to have it, I had to stop the pain meds, in the shot, and went to the Motrin, and then later went to Tylenol. Okay, Arnart, take care. Well, you've been so quiet, Maureen. I thought you left again. But even like after I came home, they gave me a prescription for hydrocodone, which is a codeine-based pain med, and I didn't take too many of those before I just switched and went to either Tylenol or aspirin here too. I just, like I say, I try not to take any more meds than I have to. I'm stuck right now. I mean, I've never had the flu shot. I've never had the vaccine for COVID, or I don't do any of that other stuff. Um, I'm stuck taking two medications for high blood pressure, and reason being I stay with them was because I have to keep my blood pressure at a certain level or below in order to retain my CDL. And then the last time I went to the doctor, he said my cholesterol took a big jump. Well, I'm just sitting around the house eating all the time, snacking and stuff, and not doing a whole lot. And two things that affect cholesterol is diet and exercise, or lack of. So he said that he wanted me to put, because he's asked me about it before and I've always refused it. But with the big jump, I went ahead and took it this time. He said, well, we would compromise. I took it. He only gave me half the doses that they normally do. But I don't like taking that because reading about it, the side effects and stuff, it can affect your liver, it can affect this, it can do this and whatnot. And then two other things that it does affect, which one of them can give you headaches, which for the first, and IJ, about that, probably the first most of a month, I had a friggin' headache every day. I finally got where I don't have it now from that. But the other thing is, it makes me urinate so much. It seems like every time I turn around, I'm heading for the bathroom. You'd think I was on water pills or something. One of my live streams one night, I had to get up 3 times during it and run. Yeah, really. No, it's just one of them things, that it's a nuisance more than anything. After I first had my kidney surgery, and the urethra between the kidney and the bladder had an area that was restricted. They put a stent in it, see if they could get it stretched back out and open it up, whatever. Well, I was still on the road at the time, and my doctor told me, he says, having that in there, he said, well, give me the feeling that I have to go all the time, because he says your kidney all the time moves around with everything you do. When you breathe, you move, whatever. And when it, with that stent in there, then it pulls back and forth on the urethra, causing the bladder to feel that you need to go. And I told him when I went back to have him take it out, I says, my last trip to Kansas and back hauling cars, I said, was 500 bathroom stops. And a lot of times it was, so bad that it wasn't till I get to the next rest area or truck stop, it pull over on the side of the road and just go there. No, it wasn't kidney stones. I had kidney cancer. I had a tumor. I had a cancerous tumor on the outside of my kidney. So they didn't have to take the kidney out. And what they did with mine, yeah, what they did with mine was they had a machine that had 5 needles on it all together in a cluster, and went into my stomach, through into that tumor, and then froze the tumor. But it was called laparoscopic chiral something or other, hand assisted, which they had an incision below my navel of 7 centimeters, just big enough the doctor could get his hand inside, and it would be tight around his wrist, because they made 2 other incisions, one to put the camera in and the other to put a tube in to swell my stomach up so they had room to work. And he had his hand up inside there to hold my intestines up out of the way so they could get to the tumor to freeze it without damaging my intestines. Yes, when I went back to the doctor in April of this year, 2021, I was 5 years cancer free. Josh, I've even got pictures of that from when they had the camera inside of me doing the surgery. I've got pictures showing everything inside, and you could even see his hand inside my belly. Yeah, I never thought I could do that, because Two Stands Fishing there, when he does his live stream, he always shows the picture of his big sturgeon he caught. He's got a 7 foot, 222 pound sturgeon that he caught. I guess I could show you my surgery pictures. Yeah, it won't bother her. She's half nurse, anyways. Yeah, I was 61 when I had that first surgery. I had never had any surgeries prior to that, and since then, counting that one I've had. Now they're in the file cabinet over there. I'm not. I'm too lazy to get up and go get them. There's one folder, and then it's just medical stuff, and that's where the pictures are at. Yeah, it just depends on if you like doing that stuff, IJ. That's just like I used to be with the fire department there, here local, and run ambulance with them also. I'd a whole lot rather fight fires than do medical runs. Did she? She okay? She break anything? That was what happened with my grandmother when after my grandfather passed away. Well, any cut on your face or head bleeds easily because all the blood vessels and stuff are so close to the skin. But when my grandfather passed away, um, everybody kind of figured that my grandmother shouldn't stay alone anymore. So she kind of went from different one to different one in the family, and stayed here and there and whatnot. And while she was at my mom's, she got up one day, whenever, I don't know when it happened, but going through the living room, caught her foot on the corner of the couch and fell and broke her hip. And she was in the hospital for that and then never came home again. My mom thinks that what ended up causing her to pass away was they over medicated her. But she was 90. Who called you, Ruby? Your twin? I suppose she told you how good she's treating me. You said the other caregiver. I didn't know there was two of you there. Hey, Mike. Where are you guys at tonight? Probably somewhere cold. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What do you mean when you go? Oh, you're in Dallas. Okay. Well, that would be a little better weather. I think you guys also follow Patrick and John Lynn, don't you? They went home to Ohio for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Always too bad you can't be near home when you take that instead of being in a truck stop somewhere. Yeah, I was talking with Patrick the other day there, and he was saying they're I don't know whether they'll do it or not, but they're talking that after the first year they may get put another 6 trucks on. All right. Good night, IJ. That means they got to come up with 6 more drivers because they've kind of run out of family to put in the trucks. No, Ruby, I used to work there a long time ago, and I when I left there, I had a bunch of these shirts left over. I still got some that are brand new, still in the package. I just wear them, work around the house and stuff. And they're a good work shirt, and they last forever. Yeah, I can understand that, Mike, but unless you're someplace where you can go do something, otherwise you're kind of confined to the truck or in the truck stop. Okay, Ivy, just pretend I'm singing it. Yeah, that's okay, but that can get expensive too. You turn a girl loose in the shopping center. That's the way it is with Patrick and John Lynn. Every time they'd stop somewhere, her and then when Rona was on the road with them, they'd get somewhere and get to shopping. Yeah, Ruby, I tried here a long time ago. I wanted to open an A store of my own because they had some stuff that was going on here in the area where I live at, or not too far from here. They're supposed to be putting in a whole bunch of new houses, and there was a vacant piece of property that I thought would be an ideal location for one, especially with a new uh, housing going in. First off, the people working on it would need stuff, because I used to work at one that was by a housing area that same way, and they were always coming in and buying all the stuff they needed, like all the doorknobs and hinges and other small, stuff for the bathrooms and the kitchens and whatever. They would order it through us. And I just thought if I had a store here that would get it started, and there's not an Ace close where I live at, so that would be more convenient for the local people here. But the housing area fell through meeting with county regulations. And in order to set up an Ace Hardware, Ace Corporate requires that you have $1 million of your own money to back it up with. Only one pair of shoes, okay? What do you mean, Ruby, you need a lot of water? I'm not on StreamYard, Ivy. I'm just using YouTube. I keep forgetting about I say that every time that I want to do StreamYard so that, you girls can come up and do that. And then when I start the next one, I forget it, and I've just never set up StreamYard yet. Mike, do you guys follow Ina Clark? Her and her husband Mike up there in Michigan. Because Ina went out shopping Friday for Black Friday sale, and she was showing us all the stuff she bought. She spent $150 just on bras. Hey, Rena, did Giggly get hers going, or she still have trouble with the internet? Rena, do you know Mike and May? Yeah, Ina. Well, it's spelled YNA. Her channel name is Ina Clark. Okay. I wasn't sure if you knew them or not, because I was going to say they're kind of in the same situation as you, only May is here and she rides in the truck with Mike all the time on the road. Well, Mike has a channel too, and his is, I don't remember now, a Philippine Adventure or something like that. I don't remember. Hers is just her name. He don't hardly get on anymore. He more or less quit even doing anything with his channel. Just let her do hers. They were down here in Florida a week or so ago on vacation. Flew into Orlando and then stayed over, or went back and forth, whatever, to Cocoa Beach. She was working at KFC. He's a house painter, works for himself. Correct. He hasn't posted in a long time. but she's still doing hers. That's her channel name there. Yeah, he has heart something or other there a long time back. Ended up not being as serious as they thought, but yeah, he's back home. She's in the process now of bringing her daughter over. She said she just got approval on the paperwork on that. Um, when she came over here when they got married, her daughter was still underage. Could have came with her, but she wanted to finish school there, so she stayed in the Philippines to finish her school and her college and stuff that she was doing. And now she's, oh, I think going to be 21, maybe in February or something. I don't remember, but they've Ina's applied to bring her over here now, and I guess the paperwork's been approved on it. Just this past week, sometime or other, I don't remember when it was now, that she did a video there. She's applied for a new job and got it. Supposed to start, I think, this coming week, and it's at some fancy country club. A lot better money, better benefits naturally than KFC would be. Mike was teasing her that being she's going to be working now, making, as he says, the big bucks, he'll go ahead and retire and just draw his Social Security. I don't think he's planning on retiring yet for a couple years. Mike, did you see the live stream there where Patrick and John Lynn were talking? Well, I guess Patrick was the one talking about it. John Lynn was strapping a load down. But about that house they've got in Texas, they just rent it. He said they had to furnish it, but they rent it. And they're paying, I think he said, $2,500 a month for rent for that place. He said they're going to find another place here pretty soon for down there, because the landlords, after the first year, wants to raise the rent to $3,000 a month. That's a lot of money for a place that you're only there once in a while. Rena, did Mike go to sleep? I'm assuming he went to bed a long time ago. Okay, Mike, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Tell May I said hi. Yeah, I'm glad you did. We don't get to talk very often anymore. Good night, Mike and May. Yeah, it seems like everybody's kind of slowly walking away. I think maybe I'll go ahead and end this too. It's 20 after 11. I need to go check my fire again too, anyways, before it goes out on me. I got the wood stove going tonight because it's cool outside again. Figured I'd just run it for the heat instead of my other heat. Save me some money that way. Yeah, thank you all for coming in tonight and hanging out for a little while, and I'll catch you on the next one.